Canto 26. While I was still bewildered at my loss of sight from the resplendent flame that blinded me, there breathed a voice that caught my ear. Until you have regained the sight you have consumed on me, you will do well to make good for its loss with speech. Begin and tell what goal your soul has set, and be assured your power of sight is but confounded, not forever lost. For the lady who guides you through this holy place possesses in her glance the power the hand of Ananias had. And I said, as soon or as late as she wishes, may the cure come to eyes that were the portal she entered with the fire in which I always burn. The good that satisfies this court is Alpha and Omega of whatever scripture love teaches me in loud or gentle tones. The same voice that had set me free from fear and my sudden blindness made me hesitate before I spoke again, when it said, it is clear you need to sift with a finer sieve, for you must reveal who made you aim your bow at such a target. And I, both philosophic reasoning and the authority that descends from here made me receive the imprint of such love. For the good, by measure of its goodness, kindles love as soon as it is known, and so much more the more of goodness it contains. To that essence, then, which holds such store of goodness that every good outside of it is nothing, but a light reflected of its rays, the mind of everyone who sees the truth on which this argument is based must, more than anything, be moved by love. This truth is set forth to my understanding by him who demonstrates to me the primal love of all eternal substances. And the voice of that truthful author sets it forth when, speaking of himself, he says to Moses, I will make all my goodness pass before you. You also set it forth to me in the beginning of your great message, which, more than any other herald, proclaims the mystery of this high place on earth. And I heard, in accord with human reason and with the authorities concordant with it, the highest of your loves is turned to God. Say further if you feel still other chords that draw you to him, so that you may declare the many teeth with which this love does bite. The holy purpose of Christ's eagle was not hidden. Indeed, I readily perceived the road on which he set my declaration on its way. Thus I began again. All those things, the bite of which can make hearts turn to God, converge with one another in my love. The world's existence and my own, the death he bore, that I might live, and that which all believers hope for, as do I, all these, and the certain knowledge of which I spoke, have drawn me from the sea of twisted love, and brought me to the shore where love is just. I love the leaves with which the garden of the eternal gardener is in leaf, in measure of the good he has bestowed on them. As soon as I was silent, the sweetest song resounded through that heaven, and my lady chanted with the others, Holy, holy, holy. As sleep is broken by a piercing light when the spirit of sight runs to meet the brightness that passes through its filmy membranes, and the awakened man recoils from what he sees, his senses stunned in that abrupt awakening until his judgment rushes to his aid. Exactly thus did Beatrice drive away each mote from my eyes with the radiance of her own, which could be seen 1,000 miles away, so that I then saw better than I had before, and almost dazed with wonder I inquired about a fourth light shining there among us. My lady answered, within these rays the first soul ever made by the first power looks with love upon his maker. As the tree that bends its highest branches in a gust of wind and then springs back, raised up by natural inclination. So was I overcome while she was speaking, awestruck, and then restored to confidence by the words that burned in me to be expressed. I began, O fruit who alone were brought forth ripe, O ancient father, of whom each bride is at once daughter and daughter-in-law, as humbly as I am able, I make supplication for you to speak with me. You know what I long for. To have your answer sooner, I leave that unsaid. Sometimes beneath its covering an animal stirs, thus making its desire clear by how its wrappings follow and reveal its movement. In just this manner the very first soul revealed to me through its covering how joyously it came to do me pleasure. Then it breathed forth, "Without your telling me, I can discern your wishes even better than you can picture anything you know as certain. For I can see them in that truthful mirror which makes itself reflective of all else, but which can be reflected nowhere else. You wish to know how long it is since God placed me in the lofty garden where this lady prepared you for so long a stairway, and how long it was a pleasure to my eyes, and the true cause of the great wrath, and the language that I used and that I shaped. Know then, my son, that in itself the tasting of the tree was not the cause of such long exile. It lay in trespassing the boundary line. In the place from which your lady sent down Virgil, I longed for this assembly more than 4,302 revolutions of the sun, and I saw it return to all the lights along its track 930 times while I was living on the earth. The tongue I spoke was utterly extinct before the followers of Nimrod turned their minds to this unattainable objective. For nothing ever produced by reason, since human tastes reflect the motion of the moving stars, can last forever. It is the work of nature man should speak, but if in this way or in that nature leaves to you, allowing you to choose at your own pleasure. Before I went down to hell's anguish, I was the name on earth of the sovereign good, whose joyous rays envelop and surround me. Later El became his name, and that is as it should be, for mortal custom is like a leaf upon a branch, which goes and then another comes. On the mountain that rises highest from the sea I lived, pure, then guilty, from the first hour until the sun changed quadrant, in the hour that follows on the 6th.